Howdy, I'm Robbie Bland, and welcome to my weekly comic book catch-up. Long story short, I'm Robbie Bland. I've been on YouTube for about 10 years. I post under the name Bland Clan Videos. I do stop-motion animation. I actually put out a new video this week, Beta Ray Bill versus Starfire, two of my favorite orange aliens from Marvel and DC battling it out. It's a fun one. It's a doozy. It's a shorter episode, but it was a lot of fun to make and put together, and kind of have those two go head to head. But without further ado, let's talk about comics. I have a very special title that I was super excited to read when I picked it up. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, issue 4, from writer Steve Orlando and artist Lorenzo Tameta. This one was a lot of fun. I know I say that a lot about these books, but I really enjoyed the previous Scarlet Witch run from Steve Orlando. I was disappointed when it ended at issue 10, only to see that it was relaunching at number 1 with this mini-series Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, where the sister and brother team up to face the Wizard, a tech-based villain battling our favorite mutant siblings, though this time he has garnered a bit of magic. What really appeals to me about this book is the sibling dynamic with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I had never really cared about Quicksilver that much. I mean, he was cool in the X-Men, First Class or Days of Future Past movie. The scene where he runs around really quick and everyone's moving in slow motion. That was cool. I liked those scenes, but I never really cared about Quicksilver beyond that. His outing in Age of Ultron was... I didn't see it coming, I guess.
You didn't see that coming?
But it was fine. Quicksilver's okay. I've always been kind of fond of the Scarlet Witch. I like her design. I like the hex-based abilities. I enjoy reading books when she's in it. She is an interesting character to use because she, being a kind of chaos magician, can switch between good and evil, but she always has her reasons, and it's always fun. If I see Scarlet Witch in a book, I'm like, I might pick that up. And so when Steve Orlando's Volume 1, Issue 1 came out, I was interested because it was Scarlet Witch in Lotkill, New York, just some small town with the last door. People who are desperate and have nowhere to go will come to her to solve her problems. And like I said in a previous episode, it's something that Marvel's been doing really well lately with their characters, is just putting them in these kind of small town America one episode plots, very episodic. And that was fun. And so when Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver was coming out, I was like, I'm in, same writer, same creative team. It looks like it's going to be fun. And like I said, the sibling dynamic really really appealed to me. I like watching these two characters interact. It reminds me a lot of my relationship with my own sister, where I am constantly trying to get on her nerves all the time. I love needling, love prying, love poking, love making her upset. But I love her. I love her a lot. And that is kind of the way Quicksilver is with Scarlet Witch. And the crux of this story is their deadbeat dad, Magneto, recently died in the books and left seemingly a final will and testament, a letter to Pietro, Quicksilver, wherein he said some seemingly awful things, and Wanda, not wanting to hurt her brother's feelings, destroyed the letter before he could read it. And that is the point of tension between these two characters. And it causes them to infight a lot and be out of sync when they have to fight the villain that is working against them. And it was good. It was good drama. I felt Wanda's position in the past, not just with family, but with friends. I have withheld seemingly harmful information, trying to protect them. But something you'll learn is that in trying to protect people by making decisions for them without giving them the chance to make the decision themselves, you often hurt them. And that is Pietro's struggle in this. And even though he's very upset at his sister and he is saying things to get on her nerves and be an asshole about it, he constantly shows up to protect her. And actually protect her. Like, she's in danger and he shows up to help her and save the day. And so I love his quick-witted, kind of sarcastic, snobby nature. Vision showed up for the final battle. It was nice seeing Scarlet Witch and Vision interact. I liked this book. It was very emotional, very fun. I like how everyone contributed. The ending of the issue featured Magneto, back from the dead, showing up to tell off his son and be like, yeah, I did say I don't like you, and I do want you dead, because I'm a deadbeat dad. And, I really liked how Pietro, knowing that his father's a loser, took that in stride and said, you know what? I don't care what you say to me, Magneto, my piece of shit dad. You always know where to find me, sister. I always make time for family. And then he runs off into the sunset, as the man who runs really fast would do. I like this book. I like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I'm very excited that Scarlet Witch is relaunching again. Still under writer Steve Orlando. I will be buying.
Fast as fuck, boy! You didn't see that coming.
If you want to know what else I'm doing and working on, I am a Star Bandit. I am vice president of the Star Bandit Foundation. It is a nonprofit based here in Austin, Texas, where we put on a theater show, Stargaze, at the end of the year. We solicit local Texas-based playwrights, and we give them a cast, give them a crew, give them a director, and put on their show for them. We also are soliciting local actors and crew members and all kinds of talent. It's an opportunity to explore theater that you don't get in a lot of other places. And we are fundraising right now, selling donuts from Krispy Kreme. It's nationwide. You just order the donuts and pick them up, and we get some of the money. I also am in a semi-regular, I think we might be monthly, movie talk show with my friend Israel. We are called Trying to Talk About, because we try to talk about the movie but get lost in tangents and little rabbit holes. Our next video is going to be about Civil War, not the Marvel one. and Late Night with the Devil, which I had a lot to say about both of those movies. So look forward to that. In the meantime, you can hear us talk about Madam Web or Godzilla -1 X Kong. I'd also like to shout out my best friend, Caleb King. Here is a little snippet from last week's show where I talk about his comic. Special shout out as well to my best friend Caleb King, who is currently trying to kickstart his own comic, which I hope to someday talk about on this channel. Swallowed Still, the Kickstarter link will be in the description, and here's some nice little visual stills. It is good. It's emotional. It's a very human-driven story about one person's attempt at fatherhood, being blinded by what you could call toxic masculinity, or a forced perspective on what masculinity is supposed to look like that ultimately lets down not just himself, but the next generation, and how he attempts to recover from that. It's a very good story. I have watched this comic grow from a script that he wrote that I helped review into a very beautiful comic with some amazing art, and I am super excited to be able to hold it in my hand someday. And with all that said, this has been Robbie Bland doing the weekly comic book catch-up. This one was less issues, but also kind of more to say. I think I might get myself in trouble here because I'm going to get really comfortable talking about comics, and these shows are going to be 2 hours long before I know it. But I'm looking forward to diversifying this channel a little bit, doing maybe video essay content or talking about comic books more in depth, not just, oh, here's this issue I read this week, but maybe going a little bit more specific and talking about and breaking down some of these stories and what I like about them so much. So look forward to that. I'm also planning on doing some behind the scenes videos for the stop motion animation I'm working on. I think it will help people appreciate a lot of the effort that goes into those videos and maybe get some more eyes on them. So there's big things coming to this channel very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.
Oppenheimer versus Godzilla.
Well, Oppenheimer made Godzilla.
Yeah, so you can kill him. You can write on his science board.
Oppenheimer can just do this.
You know, going back to that soy part that we were mentioning, where in the movie they have all the scientists come up with how they can kill Godzilla in the end of Godzilla -1. They just bring in Oppenheimer in the sequel, and they're like, "You created him. How do we destroy him?" Because he was still alive in like the 50s or whatever.
No, I mean, yeah, he would have seen it happen.
Yeah.
On the radio.
It's just his fucking milquetoast stare at the TV, seeing this giant ass lizard, like, you know.
Well, that's why he wanted to stop creating bombs. And he didn't want to make bigger bombs either. That's why he wanted to stop at just those two, because he saw what could happen.
He saw he could make a big ass lizard.
Yeah, and he didn't want to make more big ass lizards.
Albert, do you know? Remember when we were talking about how we could make a big ass lizard? I believe we did.
Yes, I remember that.
What happened? Oh, and the fucking Robert Downey Jr. thought they were talking about him. They're talking about a giant ass lizard instead.
And then What I've Done by Linkin Park starts playing.
Yeah.